He's throwing his dark matter. And it looks like I got quite a group here waiting for me. That guy finally stood still. I guess he wasn't standing. He finally sat still while I shot him. And whoa, I didn't even know Big Bubba was over here. Okay, so we got the Flockies here. And we got Big Bubba over here. As you can see, I'm using that evade button. Remember the evade button we got? So that's pretty cool. Remember, you guys, you want to stun him by throwing an object at him. And then you want to go ahead and unleash your service weapon to do the most amount of damage. Because as you can see, he has a shield that regenerates. So once you bust down that shield, then you can go ahead and cause the enemy to be vulnerable, therefore allowing you to shoot at him in an effective manner, and you can defeat him as quickly as possible. I'm not too worried about the hiss charge that are floating around. I'm just focusing on taking down this one's health. And as you can see, I'm not really giving him a chance to really even get set. So sequencing your throws with your service weapon will definitely be part of your strategy as you progress forward. And your energy bar, that white bar up there on your top of your screen. Your energy bar does play a part in your maneuvering fighting tactics. So just make sure you're balancing all three of those. Which I believe the throwing feature comes from that energy bar. Yeah, so not only does it take your throwing, but it also takes your dashing. So just keep that in mind when you are low on energy, that it may be due to depleting it through the throwing ability or the dash forward feature, the evade button. It looks like I cleared out that hiss orb pretty quick. So I believe the Prime Candidate Program was this program established by the Bureau that selected candidates for leadership of the next building director. I think because this building holds so many secrets and is kind of controlled by the service weapon, or has a relationship with the service weapon in some way, and acts as like an head person in charge. I think leaving it up to just regular people wasn't the case, that they needed an entire separate program of people to select from in order to run the building. So I believe Jesse's brother is part of that program, which is why he is in the holding cells there in the Federal Building of Control.
I wish things had gone differently in Ordinary for us. But wishing won't change things. Finding the projector will.
So much coming together in this one case. A new object of power, something we have not seen before. I mean, coming from me, that's saying something. And the boy, Dylan Faden, Prime Candidate 6. And the sister as well, once we catch up with her. But the boy, so much potential. He's exceptional and wonder.
Is this what Dylan wanted me to see? It doesn't matter. We need to find that projector. All the times I felt paranoid, I was right. The Bureau could have given me the answers, but they just stood by and watched me.
We used to play there all the time.
So it looks like their hometown of Ordinary is somehow involved in the event that led up to Jessie and her brother possessing some type of extra consciousness, this voice, this power that she's talking to, which is you.
Or in this case, me, because I'm the one controlling Jessie.
Pretty cool.
I studied what happened in Ordinary here. That's the place to start looking.
Looks like there's some shielded enemies here. So I'm glad I got this shatter
Attachment, because I can get rid of these guys pretty quickly.
There's 3 shielded enemies. I took them down to about half health. And there's another one, I think a 4th behind me. Throwing an object at an enemy can take their health down or their shield out pretty severely. And it does decent at mid range. It'll take their health down in about 4, maybe 5. So go ahead and clear out these rooms here before you head on down this elevator.
Dylan and I were both prime candidates. Experiments. Very different ones, sure, but both in a cell of some sort. Am I out of the cell now, or is all this, the house and being the director, just another cell? Who's really in charge here?
So we got some Hiss presence here. A little difficult to see, but I think we got it. Once again, using this wall here. And kind of just allowing them to navigate towards me. So anybody who crosses this wall's threshold, I'm kind of just falling back, but keeping pressure on them right here in the middle. Go ahead and collect your items and cleanse this point.
We're going back home. Of course we are. It started there, and it's never gone away. gotta be a way to rotate these tracks. Maybe there's a control panel nearby.
So this one, we're looking for that hiss mold that's on the tracks there. There's 2 different spots that you have to clear it from. That was the first one. But you're going to want to go up here and turn the tracks on. Go ahead and collect that from that room first. Would have been cool if they had some mold there. So that's going to go ahead and initiate the track operation. And you can go ahead and
It won't rotate. Something's blocking it.
you can go ahead and float to the actual track to get this second mold growth that's blocking it. And then it will set in place. So this is the transit corridor. And what you're going to want to do is go down the side here. Me, I'm kind of just leaping around, looking around every corner. And this is one of those hiss distorted enemies. Now this enemy, again, is invincible. He is very powerful up close. And as you can see, I'm down to about a sliver of health. But luckily enough for me, I have the shatter, so I've taken his health down significantly. That was actually really close. But I managed to get rid of him. Now I'm just kind of looking around some of these side areas before I proceed. And I did spot something over here in this corner. So I'm going to go ahead and grab that and then continue on through these doors. And we're going to head up these stairs and we're going to find ourselves in this kind of hangar room. Now, I realize this is a battery outlet there, so I found a battery and I see that there's another one. So I'm going to go ahead and collect this item and take a look to see if there's another battery somewhere, which I find in this room, but not after I collect that item there. So plug that one into there. Now I'm just doing a quick little run through to make sure I kind of got everything, which I'm thinking I did. Now there's a third battery and there is a third outlet you need to plug in, and we're gonna head up this elevator.